The ridiculous three-pointers, the insanely clutch mid-court buzzer beaters. When it comes to iconic moments, Stephen Curry has so many, it sounds like it's impossible to remember them all. Difficult as it was, we've done the work and narrowed down all those moments to his best 10 moments on the court. Enjoy! Is there really any better way to start this list of Steph Curry's top 10 moments than with this moment from March 2015? If you're good with dates, you'd remember that Curry was just weeks away from winning his first MVP trophy with the Warriors, beginning their era of dominating the NBA. Up against the Clippers, away, who, by the way, had knocked them out of the playoffs the previous year, the Warriors were down by 9 points, until Curry took matters into his own hands and charged toward the corner along the baseline. Despite Chris Paul on him, he executed a slick double behind the back crossover that left CP3 flat on his backside, literally. Now, this isn't any diss to Chris Paul because dude's an OG himself, but damn, getting dropped and having to watch Steph casually drain a smooth mid-range jumper must have been hard to take. This next moment is a culmination of Curry's entire performance in Game 7 of the Western Conference Finals in May 2016. This entire series has got to be qualified as basketball folklore. Leading up to this game, Steph had struggled with injuries during the series, struggling in Game 4 with just 6 of 20 shooting. The Warriors were in the hole 3-1 against what is one of the best Oklahoma City Thunder teams ever. Klay Thompson's incredible 41-point game in Game 6 helped them force a Game 7, and now everything was on the line. And come game day, Steph Curry showed up and showed out. He legit put up a game-high 36 points to complete the amazing comeback victory-making. The Warriors are only the 10th team in NBA history to overcome a 3-1 playoff deficit. We're not saying it's why Kevin Durant ditched OKC for Dubs the following offseason, but who wouldn't want to play with a guy who turns up when it matters the most? Speaking of guys who turn up for their teams, Damian Lillard had a rep for being that guy for the Trailblazers, and that's why this next moment is when Steph Curry bested Lillard. The date? January 3, 2021. Yeah, it was a regular season game, but what Curry did was anything but regular. This dude put on a show, scoring an incredible 62 points and forcing Logo Lillard to step back. In the build-up to the game, Lillard had been stealing the spotlight, regularly knocking down half-court shots and generating a lot of hype. But Curry's 62 points that night completely put Dame time to bed like never before. Despite Dame scoring 32 points himself, Curry almost doubling that is a feat that has gone down in the history books as simply iconic. Moving on to number 7, this moment happened on October 24, 2018, during the early part of the 2018-2019 season. Steph Curry put on an absolute show in the Warriors' 4th game, firing up the Washington Wizards for an insane 51 points. This guy was on fire, nailing 11 of 16 from beyond the arc. He wasted no time racking up 21 points in the first quarter alone, including 5 three-pointers, and casually moved into 5th place on the NBA's all-time three-pointer list. Oh, and that was just his 22nd 20-point quarter. The best part came late in the 3rd quarter when the Warriors were already ahead by 14. Curry, standing way beyond the arc, caught the ball, didn't even think twice, and smoothly drained a shot over John Wall like it was no big deal. The Wizards were forced to call a timeout, and this just added to Steph's rep as one of the most dangerous shooters in NBA history. Now, the NBA has seen some pretty crazy shots, but on February 27, 2016, during a game against the Oklahoma City Thunder, Curry launched a mind-blowing three-pointer from 32 feet away. Steph didn't even think about how far he was from the hoop. He just knew it was his moment to shoot. He pulled up from way downtown and nailed it, while Russell Westbrook missed a three on the other end. With just 0.6 seconds left in overtime, his deep three sealed the deal for the Golden State Warriors, giving them a 121-118 victory over the Thunder. Curry finished the game with 46 points, and that winning shot was his 12th three-pointer of the night, tying the NBA record for the most threes in a single game. At number 5, we have the moment Steph Curry broke the record for most three-pointers in a single game with a jaw-dropping 13 against the New Orleans Pelicans in 2016. Any true NBA fan remembers this game because it is an unforgettable piece of basketball history. Before Steph, the game had a lot of good shooters like Ray Allen, Steve Nash, Reggie Miller, and even Larry Bird, but none of them came close to doing something like this. In fact, the previous record was held by Kobe Bryant, who sank 12 threes against the Seattle Supersonics in 2003. For over a decade, it seemed like nobody could even come close to touching that record. For our fourth moment, we have an NBA Finals Game 4, which is a recent one. In the first 3 games of the 2022 NBA Finals, Steph was definitely the go-to guy for the Warriors, racking up 34, 29, and 31 points. But despite all this, the Warriors were still losing to the Boston Celtics. It was only right that Steph saved his best performance for this crucial Game 4 with a chance to even the series at 2-2. In what would be his greatest game, he exploded for 43 points and hit 7 three-pointers. The Celtics had an impressive lineup of wing defenders who could make life tough for any guard, especially someone like Steph. But Steph wasn't just scoring. He also grabbed 10 rebounds to cap off his incredible night. Thanks to Curry's amazing play, the Golden State Warriors won the 2022 NBA title, and Steph proved he wasn't just a product of Steve Kerr's offensive system, he was the whole offense. Coming in at number 3 is yet another three-pointer record. Yep, Steph is the king of three-pointers. On December 14, 2021, Steph Curry made history by breaking Ray Allen's long-standing three-point record. In a 105-96 victory over the New York Knicks at Madison Square Garden, Curry became the NBA's all-time leader in made threes. With an average of over 11 three-point attempts per game in the previous 3 seasons, while Allen's max was 8.4, Curry was on track to break the record as a younger player. Entering the game just 2 triples shy of Allen's record of 2,973, Curry finished with 22 points, hitting 5 of 14 from downtown and bringing his career total to 2,977. He sank a couple of first-quarter threes to surpass Ray Allen and claim the top spot on the NBA's all-time three-pointers list. Curry reached this in just 789 games, which is 511 games fewer than it took Allen, who needed 1,300 games to hit that mark. Up next is one of the greatest Game 7 performances in NBA history, where Steph Curry led the Golden State Warriors to a dominant 120-100 victory over the Sacramento Kings in April 2023. The Kings surprised everyone by taking a 2-0 lead in their first-round matchup against the Warriors, something Steph had never faced before. However, Curry and the Warriors quickly turned things around, winning 3 straight games to take the series lead at 3-2. When Game 6 came around, everyone expected the Warriors to finish things off, but the Kings fought back and forced a Game 7 in Sacramento. So, how did Steph respond? By delivering one of the most iconic performances of his career. He lit up the Kings from everywhere, showing his incredible shooting skills. By the end of the game, Curry had racked up 50 points, making it look effortless as he drained shots from all over the court. Coming in at number 1 is something a bit more recent, the 2024 Olympic Basketball Final. Just like many predictions, the final featured Team USA going up against the host nation, France. To put it simply, this game was one that had everyone at the edge of their seats all through. Sure, Team USA had the lead for almost the entire game, but France stayed in the game and always looked like they could steal a win if Team USA switched off a bit. But with the game entering its final minutes, Team USA was ahead by less than 10 points. And although Curry had been impressive in the previous couple of games, he turned up the heat in those minutes to give the USA the win. Dude legit sank 8 out of 13 three-pointers in that game, with 4 coming within the final 3 minutes of the game. Just like his celebration gimmick suggests, Steph Curry put on a performance that put the game to sleep. Standing out as the main man in a team made up of the best ballers in the world just says it all about the kind of guy Curry is. What do you think about Steph Curry's top 10 list, and what are your top Curry moments? Let us know in the comments section below.